Welcome to Tiff Truths, where I help to change your perspective on life. And it'll just make it that much better, right? And so for today's episode, I just want to really talk about what led me here, and hopefully it inspires you to really indulge into some self love. The whole reason why I started this channel was because I learned that my perspective is so different from everyone else's. And I guess that explains why I'm happy like the majority of the time. And the reason being is I really dive into self love. I truly believe that everything in our life happens for a reason, that there's a purpose, that there's a lesson. And most importantly, I believe that everything is happening for our greater good. And I know a lot of you are saying, oh my gosh, that's crazy. Like, she's obviously led a very easy life. And I think that that's funny. I have not, I mean, easy because my perspective is that it's always happening for me. I do not have any of victim based mentality. And I hope that you don't have that either, because once you see that God's beautiful and that things are working in your favor, and really, if things are just continuing to reoccur in your life, it's because you haven't learned the lesson. You'll learn the lesson and you'll move on to an either greater frequency. You'll manifest things that you didn't think were possible. And most importantly, you'll just be happy in your day to day. And so, by starting that, every person in your life has a purpose. If you've noticed that you're in a toxic relationship, I know there's some of you out there Googling, am I in a toxic relationship? You're talking to your friends about it. You want them to fix it. And I'm here to tell you that if you think you're in a toxic relationship, you are. And that's okay. It's a really great opportunity for you to grow. It's an opportunity for you to learn to love yourself, to learn boundaries. And so, really take it as that. I will give you just a little bit of background. Most recently, what has happened. I actually ended up getting a divorce. I was in a relationship for a little over 6 years. We were married for, oh gosh, I don't know. We were married for over 3 years. I don't really know. Anyway, it was a long relationship. We were in it. He was my soul. I felt like he was my soulmate. He was going to be my happily ever after. I had waited forever to get married. Like, I did not get married until I was 40. I will be 44 in August. And there we have the dates. Hard to believe, by the way, that I'll be 44 in August because I don't feel 44. Um, but what I took away from that's meow meow. What I took away from the relationship is what a beautiful lesson, what a beautiful chapter in my story. And I've had people tell me that, oh my God, that was such a waste of your time, and you weren't his type, and this, that, and the other. And truthfully, I believe everyone serves a purpose in our life. And I really enjoyed being married. I loved having a family. I think it was a beautiful chapter. It was such a blessing. And I believe that his gift to me was to really teach me how to unconditionally love myself. He allowed me the space to do that. Um, he let me really be myself and be me, and I felt free to do that. And I think that that is such an incredible blessing. And I'm going to take that with me, and I believe that my gift for him was to really teach him what unconditional love felt like. I do give a lot of love, and not everybody is ready for that, because when you love that hard, you really require that person to look at their shadow side, and that can be scary. Not everybody is ready for that. So, those were the lessons that I got from my marriage. But let me tell you how quick my life changed, okay? And then that will lead you to, how much growth I really had and how I got to that point. And hopefully, it'll inspire you to take some of the same steps. So, when I am looking at it, I knew I have really strong intuition, and this was a lesson that was hard to learn, was to always always listen to my intuition. There was things that I saw in my head. There was that feeling in my stomach, and I chose just to like put my hand up and believe that it was wrong. It was just in my head. And that was a huge lesson for me, is always believe in your intuition. Once I kind of knew that there was an issue, I did the strongest prayer a person can say, and I asked God for clarity in my marriage. The key to this is when you ask for clarity from God, you have to be ready for the answer. And thank God, again, thank God, I was ready for the answer, because within less than 24 hours, my husband had told me that he was no longer in love with me. He said a lot of things, but let's stick to that's really what stuck with me, is he was no longer in love with me. And that told me that he had a journey that he needed to experience. And honestly, it told me I deserve so much better. And so when he said that, I'm just going to let you know what was going on in my head. Whether you agree with it or not, it really doesn't matter, because this is exactly how I thought. I was like, oh my gosh, that is not a good decision. Like, who would leave me? I am funny. I am well rounded. I am loving. Like, honestly, all of these things came to head of how wonderful I am, and how if he can't see that, he should literally go. And that is what I told him, is you should go then. And within 24 hours, he had moved out. Within a month, we were divorced. Um, Honestly, it wasn't even the top 5 most difficult things I've done in my life. It was easy. This was the easiest breakup I've ever experienced. And the reason being is I had done so much work to look at myself, to love who I am. I look at my shadow side. That little petty bitch, she is in there. And she's funny, for one. And those of you that have sent me an unselected dick pic that I opened and you got Jesus, that's why. Because you need him. Anyway, I learned to love that part of myself. I learned to love the not so nice parts of myself. And I learned to love the really great parts of myself. And so when the time came, I felt really like God was testing me to see, have I grown? Do I trust him, the universe, whatever you want to call it? Do I have faith that everything is working out for my greater good? Do I have faith that I can move on, that I am on the right path? And I feel like I passed the test because I loved myself enough to let him go. I wasn't attached, because I believe that when you really, really love somebody, you're not attached to them. You truly love them enough to let them go, to let them experience life on their own, and let them learn the experiences they need to. And in turn, when you let somebody go, when you let them live your life and you know you deserve better and you love yourself enough, you know that you're opening yourself up to something magical. Like, something great is going to happen. There's just an undeniable belief in yourself. And so it took me, I there was 4 months I didn't even have a car. Like, God really wanted me to sit and work on myself. And I look at it now and I'm like, oh my God, it was such a blessing, because I was questioning my value because my car was in the shop. And now I just think that that's crazy, right? Like, that is crazy, because I'm valuable exactly who as I am. And so I just wanted to share that story with you, because Tiffany 10 years ago would have begged, well, not 10 years ago. I didn't beg for my last relationship either. Maybe 15 years. 15 years ago, that Tiffany would have begged for him to stay, would have blew up his phone, would have drunk dialed him, would have gave him the Tiff Truths that sometimes people need to hear it, but they're not ready to. And when I was drunk, I used to just tell people anyway. I don't do that anymore. I don't even drink anymore. So I share this with you to tell you that you can do this too. And there is nothing more attractive than somebody that can stand on their own 2 feet, that know their value, that doesn't chase. And honestly, at the end of the day, if somebody can't rise to meet me, if somebody can't inspire me to be better, if somebody can't be my ultimate partner in this life, like I really don't want a part of it because my peace is so valuable. I love the time I spend by myself. I am busy, I'm building greatness, and I know that I deserve somebody to match that. And I think a lot of the times we are not taught how to love ourselves, how to stand up for ourselves. Especially as women, we're really taught that we need to nurture, 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 and you give up a lot more. And I'm here to tell you, you don't have to do that. Even when I was married, I made sure to take time for myself. I would take, like, I still do, I take an hour long bath, sometimes two, because I just need to, like, decompress and I just need to be with me. I meditate, I go to the gym regularly. I do things that fill up my own love tank, and that includes coffee dates by myself. I'll go to lunch, dinner. And I tell you this because I want you to do the same. I want you to look at yourself and realize that you're constantly pouring into somebody else's cup does not add value to them. Like they are not seeing your value. The more you give, the more people will take. And if you're in like a toxic relationship, the issue is when they treat you badly and you don't stand on your own 2 feet and don't allow that behavior, it will get worse because they don't understand. They would never let somebody treat them that way. Like a toxic person won't let somebody treat them like shit. Like they'll absolutely say no way. And so in that toxic person's mind, they don't understand why you're allowing it. And then it almost comes to a point where they think you like it. If you have self-respect, if you love yourself, very rarely will people fuck with you. And that's because they know that you won't allow it, right? So, a couple of ways that you can get to this point. I love mirror work. I think for most people, it's very scary. It's frightening to look at yourself for 10 minutes, say, I forgive you, I love you, you're enough. But it is a super quick way to get into your subconscious and to reprogram it. So if you can, I mean, there's mirrors everywhere, right? Just look at yourself, see yourself for being beautiful, see yourself for being who you are, and tell yourself, I love you. You're enough. You're worthy. You're deserving. And if you do that every day, your life will change so quickly. It will blow your mind. Also, um, some of the other things like giving yourself pep talks, okay? Like when things are feel shitty, I like to reframe it to how great things are going to be. Okay? So like if it's a rough patch, I know that's because great things are about to happen. And I will tell myself that over and over and over again. So instead of feeding that negative beast in your head, which is so easy to do because especially if you're surrounded by negative people, they'll help you with all of the negativity in the world. You have to flip that switch and realize that no, it's great. Even those shitty days, they're going to lead to greater days because you're going to appreciate the good days so much more when they happen. And so, positive self talk. Things are going to get better. Things are amazing. Oh my God, appreciate, share gratitude. Gratitude's huge. You can be grateful for breathing, speaking, your clothes, the weather, grass, God, air. I don't care, but you find gratitude and that will also help you flip that switch. So there's an abundance ways that you can do that through this channel. I am hoping to inspire you. I'm hoping that you can see things from a different light. I will give you tools to help you expand your self love. And I'm just really excited to share this journey with you. So thanks. Thanks for joining. Um, Subscribe. Let me know if there's specific topics you want to talk about. Share this video, and I'll see you guys soon.